What is going on, guys? It is Jack here, and today I am bringing you another reaction video, and this one is the Venom teaser 2 trailer. I think it's a teaser trailer. It could just very well be an ordinary trailer. So this trailer got dropped this morning following a leak of what Venom looks like in the movie. We also get a little bit more of an idea of what the story's about. We also get a misinterpretation of how you say symbiote. Tom Hardy looks great in the film. He looks very much like how Eddie Brock should be in a film. I was really worried on how they would make Venom look, but I had high hopes at the same time because Venom's such a well-known Spider-Man character, and although Sony's universe is not a part of the MCU, I think Sony could make it right. However, Sony have got a habit of messing things up, like a lot. There's a reason Spider-Man went back over to the MCU, and I hope Venom's kind of like the bridge between the two islands of the MCU and Sony. Apparently Tom Holland's meant to have a cameo in this movie. I really hope he does, because then it would confirm that it is all a part of the same universe, and although they're two separate things, at least they acknowledge that they're there. So going back to the trailer, it doesn't give away a lot of information regarding the plot. All you know is the bad guy collects the symbiotes and he wants to use them, presumably as weapons, and he's been recruiting people, and this is something that Tom Hardy says in it. Is it true that you've been recruiting people for this project only for them to die? And it's good that they still got Eddie Brock as a reporter, because obviously Eddie, that's what Eddie was, you know, when the whole Venom thing happens. Kind of get the sense that Eddie already lives in San Francisco. He hasn't moved over there, like him and Spider-Man haven't come to some sort of mutual agreement, mainly because there's a shot in the trailer where you see this woman who's obviously infected with the symbiote. She jumps at Eddie and presumably infects him, and he gets home and you see him swallowing down a couple of pills, and he starts saying he's feeling sick and he's hearing voices in his head, and that's when Venom makes his presence known. And of course, people from the company Life, I think it's called, people from the company have seen that, Eddie Brock has the symbiote with him, and they go back and they're trying to get it from him, but Venom retaliates and ends up whipping out these massive tentacles and ends up knocking them all out. And then, and this is my favourite part about it, and then Eddie Brock turns around and says, why would we do that? Not why would I do that, why would we do that? Now obviously, if you're familiar with Venom, Venom never refers to himself as I, he always refers himself as we, because it's two things, two entities in one body. So I think that's really cool. I've got high hopes for this movie, like I said, and I feel like, as much as I don't like it being a part of Sony, I feel like Sony, with it, trying to think how to word it, it's kind of like with Spider-Man now being part of the MCU, there's a lot more that they can do with all these characters. Now with Venom obviously being the start of Sony's Spider-Man verse, or Spider-Verse I think is what they called it, it's kind of like they're fully embracing the character and what that character does. I know they've said he's an anti-hero in it, and I'm pretty sure there are going to be a lot of people out there who are wanting Venom to be the villain. However, this is based off the Lethal Protector storyline. Now Venom obviously is a bad guy, but somewhere down the line he became an anti-hero, Lethal Protector. So it looks as if, like I said, Eddie Brock is already living in San Francisco, and he gets infected. And I don't think Venom will have the white spider symbol. I'd be very surprised, because obviously Venom is based off of Spider-Man. Now this is where I'm thinking, if he does cross over into the MCU at one point, that's how you can bring the white spider in. But I think for now they probably should just keep it where it's all just black, because they got the tentacles, you know, they've got the size down, and it's just that scene where you see him in that trailer as Venom, where he says we are Venom. Do you know what? They got the teeth, the tongue, the slobber, the slime, everything. It kind of looks like Spawn from the old Spawn movie. The suit, it looks like it's got that rubber feel. Now, I don't know if that's just the CGI on Venom, but I think they might clean it up. I do think that the film is not finished yet, so I feel like what we saw from this trailer is a step closer to what we're expecting. But overall, I'm really excited to see what Venom's going to bring to the table, because as a matter of fact, I'll show you here, because I've started getting tattoos, like properly, so I've started wasting my money on them, I decided to get a Venom tattoo, purely because of this Venom movie. So, I mean, I love the bones of Venom. I think he is possibly my favourite Spider-Man related character. He's quite tragic, because obviously Peter Parker unintentionally ruined his life, and I think Eddie Brock, when he became Venom for a brief period of time, felt like he could do something, and then after a while I think he wanted to get rid of it. I'd have to brush up on my history to make sure I've got that right. But Eddie Brock, being played by Tom Hardy, is a good casting choice. I'll admit, the American accent, I don't know what to make of it, but I'm looking forward to it. You know, something that grows on me, because I'm used to seeing Tom Hardy do British accents. So it's a little bit weird, but Tom Hardy does villain characters well, so I am pumped for this. So what do you guys think about the Venom trailer? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you with Sony on this one, or would you rather Venom go over to the MCU and make his presence known there? A lot of people are saying that he could come into Infinity War. The symbiote, the reason it crash lands is because Infinity War can have something to do with it. It's a good theory, but how they pull it off, I'm not too sure, because then that's basically ending one gigantic story arc and bringing in another. But it is a good setup for Venom. So let me know what you guys think below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you excited for Venom, or would you rather it just go back to the MCU? And what do you think about Tom Hardy's Venom, and what do you think the suit looks like? So let me know, guys, below, and I will be releasing my Infinity War review on Friday when the film comes out. So keep an eye out for that, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. And that Infinity War one will be spoiler free, because I'm not that kind of guy. Thanos demands your silence, but it's just important that we all respect not spoiling the movie. If you have seen it, keep it to yourself until people you know have seen it, or until at least a lot of people have seen it. It's like Star Wars, you don't spoil Star Wars, I'd say, until a month after it's come out. If people haven't seen it until a month after it's come out, what's wrong with you? That's the okay time to spoil it. But for the next couple of weeks, you do not spoil Infinity War whatsoever. I'm staying off social media now until Friday night after I've been to see it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.